Hello, I'm DeanNutz. Subscribe if you're new. We're on the new Ark Survival Evolved Valguero map, and I'm going to be showing you base locations for PvE, PvP, and also the caves. I'm running my mate's server, which is the Legend 27, so if you haven't got a server, then hop on this one. His name is Chud, and he can sort you out some good stuff. We've both been playing since release, but we had a break on Ab and Extinction. But we're back in the game, and he's soon to have his page up again, so check that out. It'll be in the links soon, and join the Legend 27. He'll be happy to have you. So this is our first location. You can screenshot the map and the chords of where I am. Now people save this till last, but I'm gonna go straight in with it. And this is my mate's favourite, I think. He's one for castles. So this is the castle on the hill, and it is an awesome base to build in. It's great for PvE. I don't know so much PvP because there's a lot of entrances and you can get attacked from all sides. But the interior is nice and most of it is built up. It's not too much of a fixer-upper. And you have multiple floors, and I mean you have multiple rooms too that you can store loads of items in. The stairwell is pretty functional, and pretty much all of them are. It's just an awesome base to be in. And PvE wise, I mean all the rooms, you could have your crew in all different rooms. Like I say, there's spiral staircases galore. There's a turret in each corner. It is an all-round nice base. And who wouldn't want to live in a temple like this? Down there's a cave. I will show you that on a different video if you want me to. So just let me know on that one. I'll also be time tagging all the events or different locations so you can skip through them easier, but they'll be in due time. The next location's 40.1, 89.7, so this is below the cave. And this is going to store all your bigger dinos. So your tames will be stored nicely in it, and you could do a lot of breeding, and you obviously have a nice water source too. It's a nice big area for all your bigger dinos. And it's quite well hidden spot as well. It would be quite hard to find until people get used to the map, of course. And there's a reference of the green obby. It's just opposite that. And there's the castle just above it. So this castle can obviously be built up as well. If you wanted to go higher, you can do that to store like your flyers or something. Like I said, this stairwell here, this is going down to the cave, and I'm not going to show you that fully on this video. I'm just going to show you this little crevice here is a nice little hideaway. Maybe store something there, and you can sort of put a wall up and disguise that hidden room. So moving on, 41.6. This is a nice little area. I'm not sure if you can even get water tames up here, but it almost looks like you're going into a cave, but then it comes out the other side, so it's more like a tunnel. I've not searched the water, so I don't know if it goes anywhere either. But on top there is a nice sort of plateau and a nice flat area that you can clean out. You could clear all the trees and rocks on top here and have a nice base location. It's a beautiful spot for a PvE looking one. and like I say, there's abundance of resources here too, and you have fresh water to drink. Splendid. 35.7, 48. So here we have metal here also. There's plenty of metal nodes. There's a few RGs though, so I'm not sure if this is the perfect spot for you, because them RGs do get annoying. But you are able to build on the top here. And look at that lovely flat land. You could clear that out and have a nice big base there for a huge tribe. 34.5, 87.2. Look for this red tree. This is a sweet little area. Again, PvE type. Lovely little waterfalls to look at. And there's a nice little Mr. Miyagi tree. And just in one of these waterfalls, not that one, this one just here, is a tiny little cave where it does contain a lot of crystal and a bit of water. So a nice little spot for a small tribe maybe. I suppose you could do a little bit of PvP inside here with your turrets. It may be quite hard to get into. And this is where it is on the map. 75.3, 80.4. Screenshot that if you must. This one's a sort of a PvE type. I don't know what that little area is just there, but you could build up the top and maybe ramp up, and then when you get more advanced, this could be where you bring your land dinos up through a little elevator. That might make a awesome looking PvE base. And as we fly up and take an overhead look at all this flat land. You could pretty much build anywhere around here. And look at that spot just there. It is awesome. So it's very scenic around this route. And this is one of the most nicest looking PvE bases around, I think. You could clear this off and build on the middle. Not sure how you'd get your dinos over here. You may have to build a ramp or a sort of bridge. But yeah, it does look awesome around here. I think you'll be happy if you nab that spot. So get on my mate's server and grab it now. I think that spot's free. I think most of these spots are, to be fair. So join Legend 27. Subscribe to my channel also. So moving on then, I'm going to show you plenty more where this came from, but screenshot this if you want this area. Now this one is a natural sort of, you got a wall and a sort of ceiling also. It's just protecting you from, let's say, this left side and the top flank. So possibly PvE and PvP this one, although ground access is going to be a problem if you're PvP in it, because you will get attacked majorly from the ground. But there is water in this area, so screenshot this if you like this one also. 77.4, 70.5. Again, not too far from where we were. And we're in this cave right here. This is tiny for a cave. Probably a one mana this is. But maybe on the PvP side you could turret it off if you're a really small tribe and store something in here, but you'll have a problem getting dinos in. But the small ones you'll be all to go for. Would have been nice to have the artifact in here, but there was nothing. So that's that one. Make what you want of that, ladies and gents. So this one's more of a tunnel than a cave, but you could put a behemoth up on each side, and then this tunnel is yours for the making, and you could just clear it out and put what you want in it. Maybe maze wall just to piss people off. So I'm just gonna pop the location up for you as I go through this tree conveniently. So you may have to get your screenshot ready for this one. There's the chords. Moving on, 32.2, 92.6, top right of the map. We are dropping in. Now this is that sort of like aberration, underworld sort of cave. Now this is absolutely awesome. I'll give you a quick look of it. On this server we were able to build. I'm not sure if all servers you are, but Chad has allowed even cave building. So I'm just going to give you a quick peek of this. If you want a full tour, I have a video and I can release that if that's what you want, or you could explore it yourself. Let me know in the comments. But if you want me to just fly around in God mode, because I don't think you could bring flyers down here. It's a bit of freezing going on coming in. But like I say, on this server he's allowed it. So unless he takes it off, you better be quick. It's quite cool that they've added this in though, because people like myself, I did skip the last two maps, so it's nice to hop on and come down and have a look and get the experience that I did miss out on. But I am covering a lot of other survival games at the moment, so do subscribe if you love your survival. Moving on, the top left of the map here is an awesome base, and I reckon you could get away with a PvP in here. You can even build right up the top on the rocks in the corner, right tucked out of the way, and have all your tames down here. You could turret it off and block the two entrances. Nice little crevice. It would have been awesome if there was a cave in there. But there's plenty of room up here. You could get a big tribe in this little area. And like I say, a couple behemoths to seal both entrances off and you'll be golden. Just bring your fur coat because it's quite chilly up this part. So there's the location. 34.9, 9.2, slightly south of where we were. Now you have to pick these waterfalls right. There's about 3 entrances. So at first it looks like an awesome PvP base, but looking into it, there's about 3 entrances you can fly in, and then there are sea entrances into this cave too. So PvP wise, it may be harder to defend than what it looks like at the start. So you may have to just stick with a PvE on this situation. But it is an awesome looking cave, and it is one of my favourites. And there is an abundance, an insane abundance of crystal and metal in this cave. And if you take these like pulls down, it goes further into the underwater world. Decent looking cave. That was my mate just messing around. He tamed one of those to fly about, swim about them. And we have a nice little thatch base built in here. Like I say, this server is early days. I filmed this on day 1. So this area is taken, I'm afraid. But there's some nice little spots inside here. This reminds me of one of my favourite other caves, is the Rag one. The Waterfall Rag cave. That's where I had my base for a long time. Sweet. Moving on, 47.7, 9.5. Slightly south again of where we just was. Now this one, you have one road coming up and in. So there's lots of metal around this area. There's water down there, so not too far from a water source. And there's a nice little plateau over there if you want to build. Also the rocks above can be taken advantage of if you're on the PvP mood. But PvE wise, it's awesome views. You get a view of most of the whole map. It is stunning, this map, I do have to say. And you could just go round, clear out all these rocks up here. Even if you want, like I say, build up the top. Or just let the mammoths and the wolves fight it out and clear it out for you. You're not going to run out of meat and pout and hide up here, that's for sure. May have to stick some foundations down. So there's the chords for ya. 54 point something, 6.5 ish in this area of the woods. Sorry, I got a bit excited on this one and just kept running. It is right south of where we just were again, but more into the redwoods, and you're clinging onto the wall. And it's why I'm running, is because it isn't in particular one spot. It's just a nice run-off spot, so you can run along this wall just opposite red and pretty much take any of this spot. Because I mean, PvP wise, on the cliff edge is a nice little spot to have, and PvE, look at all this flat land and you've got wood for days and just resources everywhere. So I'm just running along the edge here, looking down and just basically picking off any nice spots. There are tons around this area. That's why I ain't giving one specific spot. It's just pretty much the whole area. If you got a huge tribe, then I would claim that for sure. So that's that one. 61.5, 12.6. Again, we've headed south, and this is the Lord of the Rings castle. Someone help me out in the comments. I've watched that film once, but like all films, I tend to forget them after watching them. I think that's the one where the door got broken in and they run out the back and run like chickens. Fair play to them. They live to survive another day, I suppose. But in this area again, I'm not sure how you're going to get your huge dinos in unless you build a ramp into it. There is a door at the front, and you could call it a drawbridge, but it's not. It's just a bridge. There's no draw on that bridge, so that's just a bridge. And there's a few steps, a couple of doors. It is a fixer-upper, of course, and you've got a nice little water source. Again, no cave, but it is a nice one nonetheless. I was really hoping as well that that back entrance would go in a bit more, but it doesn't. But yeah, even turret off all these pillars would be nice. Maybe this would be hard to raid because you'd be hard to get your big dinos in. Bit disappointed at the back here, like I say. I thought this would go on further, so I checked it out on foot, but it doesn't seem that way. That's just like a movie prop, and that was a shame. And the other thing that was even more of a shame, I mean, you could build on the top, turret this out if it lets you. Why I say if it lets you and why I say it's more of a shame is because I whipped out a foundation, and to my horror you couldn't build inside this cave. You could build outside, but you couldn't build inside that little spot. So that was a big disappointment in this case. And I'll just show you here that the foundation would snap slightly outside, but not anywhere near there, which was odd. So then you couldn't wall it off. You could take your wall up, but it's not going to completely seal it, is it? So massive disappointment on this one. But moving on, this is not a base location, this is a little hiding spot that I come across, and I missed it the first go in. Flying horses ain't the best of manoeuvring. What you want to do is get in this tiny little hole right here. I'm talking about the crevice, not the horse. So 3.6, 28.3. Screenshot that and use this little hiding spot to your advantage. I thought I'd stick this one in there. Some of you may have something small you want to disguise, and there is the perfect little spot. 16, 28.2. So this is another little sort of ice cave, and horses really ain't made for flying. As you can see, it's quite hard to maneuver them in there, but once you're in, it's a nice little spot in here. You could potentially have this as a PvPer, and it has all the nice little crystals for the PvE looks as well. They're not just cosmetic either. You can chip away at them and collect crystal off of them, and a bit of stone also. So this is a nice little cave. It is buildable, I'll just show you that, and there is an artifact, so maybe not on all servers, but this one you can build in. I don't see what a problem is if you chuck a load of them in the box outside for people. You might as well take advantage of it. Nice little water source too. Speaking of water sources and hiding spots, this is another little banger. Now you notice I would be losing oxygen, so this is a risky one, but if you can get in here, place a foundation and a box. Sorry I put this one out there to all, but nice little hiding spot. I'm only a small YouTuber, subscribe if you're new by the way, so even if I'm putting it out there, only a couple people's going to watch this anyway. So it's right in this waterfall to the left. If you can somehow grapple into there, because I'm sure a flyer will chuck you off, but just get up here and place a foundation and a box and you'll be golden. There's the cords. Now these two islands are quite central to the map. This is their location. And what would you say? This was good for PvP? I wouldn't say it was amazing for PvP. Yes, they would have to swim their dinos over, but it ain't much of a swim. That's possible by all means. But PvE, it's a nice little aspect. Two little islands, plenty of dinos and berries and bushery like wood. That's just a wooden stump, nothing to look at there. And it's just very scenic. Is that even a word? I don't think there's a word. But the scenery is lovely is what I'm trying to say. And there's plenty of land to build on. Nice little flat area here too. And water dinos also. You can keep a lot of water tames. So it has quite a lot to go for, these two little islands. Moving on swiftly just south of there. These are the cords. Just give you a little second or two to screenshot those as always. And look at this place, it is beautiful. Bit south of where we were before on those islands. And it's this big chunk of rock in the middle. and you can just build all round it. I think it's a nice touch, and there's a lot of tech parasaurs and stegos about also, so I added little bonus. There's going to be abundance of all materials around here, pretty much all of them anyway, and you're going to have tons of meat and hide. Look at all the animals, they are hundreds, and it just goes on like miles of flat land to build on. Get your crew and build an empire, why not? Sweet looking dino. So moving on south again, more into the redwoods. This doesn't look so secretive, but from afar it is hard to make out until you get this close. So I think this is going to be a nice little PvP. Get into your PvP action right here. Also, PvE's nice. It's a bit of a fixer upper, this one. You have a nice little bridge over there somewhere. And a Carno, Alpha Carno, to spoil our video. But what you can do, as always, if you're on a flying horse, is just stand over here. Him and his minions will drop, and you can resume video, or just fly into the brick. Anyway, we're out of that little scuffle, and I'm going to show you some of this interior. There's plenty of nooks and crannies to build in. I was so hoping that this stairwell went down somewhere, but I don't think it does. Although it looks like they were going to put a button on that wall and open that up. That would have been a nice touch. But nonetheless, there's some little turret towers here you can build off of to get a good view of the valley. Do a bit of scoping out on people. And don't forget, you could build little runways going across, or just put a roof on it, build up. There's plenty of options on this one, and it is hidden out the way, so at the beginning, if people don't know where this is, you're going to be sweet. Also over this little bridge, mind the gap, as they say on the underground. And then down here, this is also a nice little place to store all your loot, and it should be pretty well protected inside here. Don't know what this little room is, but anyway, a nice little location for you there. If you're enjoying this, smash a thumbs up, I appreciate it massively. And here are the chords. So another little area is about 93-84-ish. Show you the chords in a sec. There's plenty of flat ground around here, and there's a nice little drawbridge. So moving up the stairwell to heaven and across the bridge. This sort of reminds me of the Rag Bridge as well. It's just a bit bigger on the plateau, but it's a nice area nonetheless. Plenty of ovis in this area too, if you're looking for a sheep. The Welsh love a sheep, not gonna lie. So yeah, a nice little base area. Plenty to look at and see. So many like random little ruins. Maybe you could build them up and have different little rooms inside them, different little storage areas maybe. Make something nice of the area. To be honest, it looks a bit too hard work for me. I tried building on that Rag Bridge and it turned into a right mess. It started out good, but then when it goes bad, it goes awful sometimes, building in the ruins, ain't gonna lie. But there's plenty of flat spots, and this is pretty much the best area around here, is this square to build in. Or just go for the flat land on the side, take the easy route out. tons of area here, and there's some more chords for you. $92.29.9. This is the McGregor tattoo, and it's a nice little area. You could just put a few behemoths around, and you're golden in this one. Redwoods. Want to watch out for the filicos. Off camera, one nearly killed my horse. I'll cut that out because I'll try to make myself look good. Moving on, 91, 4.7. Now this is a sweet little island. It's like a little moat in the redwoods, and you got your personal little swim up pool, and you enter through a hollowed out log. What more could you want? Perfect little swimming area. It's just so chilled. This area is perfect little base if you're more chilled out and you just want your own little island to build on. This is the place for you. Sounds sweet. So jot this one down if you're interested. Moving on then. This is a little hiding spot not too far from where I just was. Now what you could do is place a little box in as far as you can, and that is out of the way of most people's eyes. Foundation to make it stick out a bit more. But what you want to do is keep this rock. Don't take that rock away, and it'll be nice and hidden and secure. Like I say, only 4 people watch my channel, so you'll be sweet. It's not out in the public yet, people. 58.4, sorry, 87.5ish. Moving down into that crevice right there. It's sort of a little cave entrance. I'll just take you down. The green ob's just there, not too far from that. Come on, horse, let's get in this. Horses are hard to navigate when you're flying, I'm not gonna lie. So you could maybe ceiling that off if you don't use it for your flyers, but if you do, then keep it open, use it for your flyers. And storage around the outside here, you got your own little water source. And here's the land entrance into it. It's a nice little few man tribe that. Take what you want out of this one. There's your chords. 46.8, 87.3. Now you've probably seen this one before. It says you can't build here, and that's because it is a bit of a mystery cave. So in order to get into this, you need to come up here and tap the button on the side. That will open the doors, and there's one on the left that will open it to get back out. So don't panic. This would be so good as a base location, but it's like artifact cave and drops and stuff. I'll show you in another video if you're interested. I did fly around and give it a good look, and it is a sweet little place. It's majorly dark in here also. So I'm just showing you this as a cave location if you wanted to come and check this out. And it does go deep, I'll give you that one. I thought it'd be more like a tomb where you have to push buttons and work stuff out, but it isn't like that. You literally just drop in and you embrace the mysteries. That's all I'm going to reveal for you. If you want more, let me know. There's a comment section down below. Talk to me. Mystery. 37.7, 82.1. Back out in the open. And here we have a sort of more ruins area, but you've also got some bridges for protection. It's all a bit rammed with trees, but you could clear this out and have a sweet looking base. It's nice scenery around here also. 34.3, 51.4. Now this is nice also, it drops down. And on my server you can build in here now. This isn't going to be the case, I don't think, on other servers. So as we come down, don't know why there's lava, but there is. And there's also drops in here, so I thought I'd show you this one if you want to go on a quick loot run. There's another loot crate just over here. Can get some half decent loot out of these. You never know, come and try your luck. And there is an artifact just over here also. And a nice little torch skin also. So come and get your crag and enjoy. There's your chords. 48.7, 19.8 for the next one. So have a little look see around. This is where I am on the map. I leave Horsey up there, and this is quite tucked away, this one. And this is going to be none other than the oil cave. So I hope these have been helpful to you and you get a better idea of the new map. Tell me your top 5 locations and I'll make a shorter video on them. So comment your locations below. Subscribe to help this survival gaming channel grow. I appreciate it massively. And also join my gaming community on PS4, that's DeanNutz. Join the server I've also filmed this on, Legend 27, so shout out to Chud for letting me loose in admin mode on his server. Smash a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video and follow the description for the links below. For more details on everything, you can join and watch some of my other gaming survival videos. Thank you very much for watching, support the channel and sticking around. Again, take care and I'll see you in the next one.